me tell y'all something here. I get along with everybody. I really do. I get along with everybody. So I'm standing there and I was talking to Kadeen and DeVal Ellis. And DeVal Ellis is on System. So I'm talking to this. So this unnamed celebrity actress who shall remain nameless. I'm sitting there talking, somebody grabbed my arms and they forcefully turned me around. So I'm in a good mood. So I go, hi, what's going on? Because I know her. And she says to me, she goes, you've been shading me a lot. That's what she said.
Whenever Sherri talked about Nia in the past, it was always in a positive way. That's part of why this situation hit her so hard. And Nia's response? She didn't say anything, just posted a photo with the caption about last night, acting as if nothing had happened. If Sherri was hoping for an apology, she might be waiting forever. People who know Nia say she almost never apologizes. Criticism doesn't seem to faze her, it just bounces off. That's what Sherri can't understand. How can someone confront you in front of everyone and then act like it's no big deal?
For those of you that are finding it hard to believe that Nia Long was allegedly the person that Sherri Shepherd was, that Sherri Shepherd was talking about, that ran up on her to address her about statements that she made about her and how she had been shading her, I would like to just remind y'all that Nia Long herself is literally from the same neighborhood in which they filmed Friday, which was one of the first couple of movies that we ever saw Nia Long in, okay? She's from the hood. Like, don't let that pretty, soft-spoken voice fool you, okay? It is a lot of bitches from the hood that are Nia Longs, okay? And I think that that's the part that y'all are forgetting. She is an LA hood bitch. She just so happened.
Rumors about Nia Long being difficult to work with have been around Hollywood for years. But this was the first time Sherri Shepherd experienced it firsthand. From the way she talks about it, it's clear she's not ready to let it go. Sherri feels what happened was completely unacceptable, and she wants Nia to at least admit that her behavior was wrong. People are definitely divided on this. Some think Sherri might be overreacting, while others feel that Nia's calm, friendly public image doesn't match what happens behind the scenes. And honestly, this isn't the first time stories about Nia clashing with other stars have come up. Many still remember the tension between her and Taraji P. Henson during Empire, so another disagreement doesn't exactly shock them. When it comes to Sherri's situation, opinions are all over the place. Some say Sherri has every right to speak up if she was disrespected, while others think maybe Nia was just having a bad day and things got blown out of proportion. Still, the idea that Nia might have grabbed Sherri and spun her around at an event shocked many viewers. Yet Hollywood fans can be unpredictable. Even if Nia did do that, plenty of people would likely shrug it off and continue supporting her. Now it's your turn. Was Nia out of line or just part of one of those awkward celebrity moments that turned into gossip? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video.
Because somebody grabbed my arm and they forcefully turned me around. So I'm in a good mood. So I go, hi, what's going on? Because I know her. And she says to me, she goes, you've been shading me a lot. That's what she said to me. And I said to her, I said, no, I haven't, because I was really confused. And then she goes, yes, you have. And then she just walked off. Now, let me tell you something. First of all, I know who I shade, because I don't shade many people. It might be one person I shade. And I never have shaded.
The Broadway show OEL premiered on March 23rd and drew a massive crowd filled with Hollywood's biggest stars. The production was created by Candy Burris and her husband, Todd Tucker, and featured Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal in the lead roles. The audience was packed with famous faces like Angela Bassett, Jennifer Lopez, Martha Stewart, and even former President Joe Biden with First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. Sherri Shepherd was also there to enjoy the show, while Nia Long looked happy, smiling for photos on the red carpet. But just a few days later, Sherri revealed a completely different version of that night on her talk show. She told viewers that things weren't as perfect as they appeared. According to her, while she was chatting with friends at the event, someone suddenly grabbed her arm and spun her around as if she had done something wrong. She was stunned and had no clue what was happening, until the person said something that made her even more confused.
So I was mad. I was really mad. And I said, you know what? You don't freaking get to do that to me. So I went to the bathroom during intermission. I stood there for 15 minutes waiting for a meeting in the ladies' room, okay? I stood there. You want to tell me I shaded you?
Did you notice how many times Sherri said a lot? Keep that in mind. We'll get back to it later. When Sherri filled in as a guest host on The Wendy Williams Show, not everyone was thrilled. People had mixed reactions. And honestly, her current show does have a similar vibe to Wendy's, just without the purple chair, the shade, or the sharp celebrity digs. Instead, Sherri keeps things light. She shares the gossip, adds her thoughts, and moves on. At first, Sherri tried to laugh off what happened at the event, but the more she talked about it, the more upset she became. It got to the point where she went to the restroom and stayed there, ready to confront the person if they happened to show up.
I was pissed. I was like, I'm never gonna work with her again. You know, how unprofessional.
The person never showed up, leaving Sherri sitting there, still filled with frustration. That tension later spilled over onto her show. Even then, she avoided saying any names. Instead, she mentioned that the person, and any other celebrities with issues, could reach out to her so they could talk things through, even though Sherri didn't reveal who it was. Once there's talk about celebrity drama, people start guessing right away. And remember that impression she did? Fans noticed the way she dragged out the word "a lot," which sounded just like how Nia Long says it. That little detail was enough for people to point fingers at Nia. Later, Page 6 reported that a source confirmed it was Nia Long who had approached Sherri so aggressively, and it all happened in front of other guests at the event. Nia already has somewhat of a reputation in Hollywood for being difficult to work with. You might recall that scene in The Best Man where she slapped Taye Diggs. Apparently, that slap wasn't entirely acting. He later said it caught him off guard and that he'd never work with her again, calling her rude and unprofessional.
So, number one, I don't like how Nia Long approached her. If you did want to speak to her, felt some type of way, felt like she was shading you, she could have been like, hey, when you get a chance at the end of tonight, I like to chat. Or if you did see her later, that could have been a conversation without it being like, you've been shading me, and then like walked off. Like, girl, what? How did you expect someone to react after saying?
Even though Taye Diggs later forgave her, Nia ended up clashing with Taraji P. Henson while working on the 3rd season of Empire. Nia has a strong personality, but Taraji wasn't someone who would let anyone challenge her, especially on a show where she was the star. It didn't take long before Nia was told to leave the set. Over the years, Nia has also been caught making shady comments about other actresses, mainly those she believed took roles she should have gotten or said something she didn't agree with. So, hearing that she pulled Sherri aside and confronted her like that doesn't seem too surprising, considering her past behavior. Now, Sherri isn't completely innocent either. She's had her share of questionable moments, like showing public support for Jonathan Majors, which upset many people. Still, that doesn't make it okay for someone to grab her and talk down to her like a child, especially in front of a crowd.
I'm going, first of all, it's private, so if she did go through some cheating episodes that nobody knew about, but maybe this was the impetus for her to just say, I'm worth more than this. I deserve better than this. Maybe she was tired.
Sherri has never said anything negative about Nia. In fact, when people were encouraging Nia to stay with her ex, Imi Udoka, after his cheating scandal, Sherri was one of the few who supported her. She even applauded Nia for deciding to leave and refusing to tolerate that kind of disrespect.
People get stuff confused. I'm so sweet. I'm a praying person. If you need something, I'll give you some scriptures. I'll make you feel good. But I am from Chicago.
There seems to be real tension between Nia Long and Sherri Shepherd. The question is whether people are just blowing things out of proportion or if something truly went down between them. Let's get into it. Sherri is upset about how Nia treated her the last time they saw each other at a Hollywood event, and she's not staying silent. When Sherri first mentioned the situation on her show, she didn't name anyone directly, but she did say that someone had laid hands on her during the U. People premiere in New York, she gave enough clues for people to figure out that she was talking about Nia Long. Now that everyone knows who she meant, Sherri isn't holding back anymore. She's openly accusing Nia of being disrespectful and stirring up trouble for no reason. Sherri explained that she attended the event expecting a fun night with friends, but Nia ended up killing the vibe. Things got so intense that Sherri's wig even came off in the middle of their argument.